feminist?
Siguro, in the very strict essence of the word, hindi. Hindi ako yung true blue na feminist. I am more of a woman rights advocate. No? Mas siguro that would fit me
Yung
better.
next is, what 3 books do you think influenced you?
Number one, syempre, it's the Bible. Kasi, like, when I started to consider, na kung ano yung i-take ko na course or whatever, because ako, I'm a born-again Christian. So, the Bible is very, yun yung anchor ko where I get guidance, no, for everything that I do, for the major decisions that I do, and even the simple decisions, no. It's where I get encouragement. The other books naman, one of the most influential din is yung kay Stephen Covey, yung 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Because that gave me another book naman that really influenced me was a book that my father gave me and asked me to read, The Greatest Salesman in the World. So these 3 books are very influential in my life.
Okay. How about who is the most influential person for you?
Number one siguro is my father, because I think that is my advantage na I came from a family that wherein women are empowered and respected, no, and they're not limited by their gender, no. My father always believed in what I could do. Whenever medyo nalilihis ako dun sa landas, na alam niya na potential that I could turn out to be, no, he would always remind me. And the most important thing is that he led me to the Lord, no, and that's why we became born again, and because of that faith, no, that stayed within me. So that is now my anchor also. Another influential person, of course, is my mother, who really sacrificed a lot for us, not just for me, but for the whole family. No, we've gone through a lot. We went through hardships in life, but seeing her quietly being strong, no, had that great influence.
MST is found to be composed of very young people. So, with this, there's a high chance that lots of people here will have like high illegal drug use. So, what's your stand on this?
Well, number one is, I think, is yung education, not just the going to the school, no, yung having people, having advocates against illegal drugs, to go to schools, to go to the different young organizations of young people and let them know kung ano yung masamang
How do you
ng
stand on
drugs.
this
No?
our education here?
Okay, so number one, I think we have good schools already, and we have schools near Pampanga or Angeles City that are really providing quality education. No? So I think the way that we could really help our young people with education is number one, provide. Actually, my vision, this is really a great dream which I don't think is impossible, is to have a scholarship on medicine, no? Kasi wala pong nagbibigay ng scholarship sa medicine, but I think government should do that, no? And then a scholarship for law, scholarship for entrepreneurship, because the sad thing is we have been training people to work for others. I think we should train people, we should train young people to be their own boss, their own mga leaders. And business leaders. Marami din kulang sa social work, no, na kailangan mag-provide tayo ng scholarship dyan and sa education.
Because there was somebody who said, no, na sabi niya, in order to leave your legacy, pinaparaphrase ko na lang, you could either write a book, no, have a child, or plant a tree. So that's the most, the easiest way, no, to leave your legacy. Plant mo na tree could live up to more than 100 years. Ikaw, wala ka na nun, pero nandun pa yung pinlant mo na tree. No? So, simple ways, but very meaningful, at matatak yun sa bawat angle.
How do you think we can improve more on our environment?
So I think siguro yun na nga, no, proper information campaign, and to really encourage people na mag-participate. Kasi kung minsan, people are overwhelmed with climate change with all the technical jargon and technical terms being given to them. Climate change, kailangan nating may gagawin tayo sa ating kapaligiran. No? But how would the ordinary people in layman's term understand what is climate change, paano nila, ano magagawa nila? Complex concept, but if you try to explain it to the people, madali lang siyang gawin. I think that is what they need to just explain it to them in a way that they would understand and it will be
We
easier
read
for
a
them.
post from Sunstar where people wanted more infrastructure for like a better progression in this city. So even though na malaki na yung ginagastos natin, so how will you be able to develop it faster and further to promote economic growth?
I think with like for example right now, di ba, you've been hearing my tagline which is serbisyong wagas, walang bulatas. I think that is what people need right now, especially in infrastructure. Those are two of my concerns which I think it's already also included in your questionnaire. I believe that is why tumayo tayo as an alternative candidate for mayor because we believe that we are seeing right now that the coffers of the city, the budget of the city is not being used in the right
How do you
way.
react to people saying that the vice mayor doesn't have perspective? She keeps talking without making the necessary research and study. This opinion was told in Sunstar Pampanga with regards to your opposition to the proposed public cemetery and fountain at the
Ayan.
heritage.
I like that question. Yun na ba yung last question? Ay, di pa. Akala ko yun yung last question. I like that. Siyempre, yung sa mga naninira sa akin, dead ma lang ako. Ganyan talaga yung sa politics. Sabi nga nung teacher ko, you have to have guts in your cranium and you do not have to I studied it. So contrary to what they're saying na wala akong document, na research, wrong. Kasi nga, sila ang nagbigay ng research sa akin because they gave supporting documents nung dumaan yan sa
So
council.
for our last question, what is one thing you believe to be true that most do not?
There is nothing impossible. I think I believe that because I've experienced that in my life. No? They said, because I'm also from UP, they said I could not go there because during the time my parents didn't have any work, any business. No? Yung mother ko was just getting contractual jobs as an embroiderer. No? And if you would look at me, you would not really believe that I will be graduating from you because I didn't have the money. I didn't have yung pamasahe ko lang was always a problem. But I prayed and God gave me a scholarship. And since kulang pa rin yung scholarship ko, I worked as a student assistant. I was earning 2 pesos and 50 centavos per hour when I was a student assistant. But I didn't really mind that because I really wanted to finish my studies. So, nakatapos ako. And from then on, I started believing that there's nothing impossible, especially if God is with you. So, when I went into politics, they told me I could not win because I didn't have the money. But I became the first woman vice mayor of Angeles City. Considering na yung mga opponents natin nun were using up millions of pesos. Ako, wala akong ganyan. But by God's grace and with the help of the people, I won. So now today, they're also saying it's impossible for me to win because I don't have the money. But I believe that there's nothing impossible for God, especially if it is His will. He will cause people to choose me instead of the others. So, yun siguro. There's nothing impossible. Especially if it is God's will and if you pray for it. And if your heart and soul is in that dream of yours.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Ren.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ren.